Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lilianti from English Education Class B 2019. Okay, I will describe about personal life William Bradford. Personal life William Bradford in early childhood. Bradford was born to William Bradford 1564 to 1591 and Alice Hanson 50 to 62 and to 1697 in Austerfield, Yorkshire, England. His family were farmers. The Bradford family owned a large farm and were considered rich. Bradford's father died when he was 1 year old. When he was 4 years old, he was sent to live with his grandfather William Bradford, 1533 to 1595. 2 years later, his grandfather died and he returned to live with his mother and stepfather. A year later, in 1597, his mother died. Bradford became an orphan at age 7. He was sent to live with two uncles. Next, coat of arms of William Bradford. William Bradford's childhood was marked by numerous deaths in the family. He was just over a year old when his father died. His mother remarried when he was 4 years old, and he was sent to live with his grandfather. His grandfather died 2 years later, and he returned to live with his mother and stepfather. His mother died a year later in 1597, and Bradford thus became and was sent to live with two uncles. His uncles wanted him to help on the farm, and he later noted in his journal that he suffered at that time from a long sickness and was unable to work. He instead turned to reading and became familiar with the Bible and classic works of literature. This is seen by some as a key factor in his intellectual curiosity, eventual and his study of Puritan attraction, separatist branch theology. William Bradford had married. He married Dorothy May 1590 to 1620, 18 November 1630 in Amsterdam, North Holland, Netherlands, and he married Alice Carpenter 1583 to 1670, 14 Augustus 1623 in Plymouth County, Massachusetts, United States, and they had 3 children together. Ancestors are from the United Kingdom. William Bradford was a pastor on the Mayflower in 1620. He traveled to the New World to live in religious freedom. He became the second governor of Plymouth Colony and served for over 30 years. Bradford kept a journal of the history of the early life in Plymouth Colony. It is called of Plymouth Plantation. Next, Plymouth Colony. Bradford and his wife sailed across the Atlantic on the Mayflower in 1620. The group of travelers would later be called the Pilgrims because of their quest to find religious freedom in the New World. He was part of the group that discovered Plymouth Harbor, where the Pilgrims would build Plymouth Colony. Next, the personal life William Bradford, Governor. Bradford served as governor for the next 12 years. He would be elected several more times and served a total of 30 years as governor. His strong leadership was just what the colony needed to survive. He worked at keeping the peace with the local Native Americans and allotted farmland to all of the settlers. Next, the Netherlands. In 68, when William was 18, he moved to the Netherlands along with many other separatists. While in the Netherlands, he married Dorothy May. They had a son, John, in 16 and 17. Around that time, the separatists decided to start their own colony in the Americas. William and Dorothy decided to make the trip to America, but they left their son John behind with his grandparents. Next, in Leiden and London. A modern view of the city of Leiden featuring the Hooglaatse Kurt Bradford arrived in Amsterdam in August 1608. He had no family with him and was taken in by the Brewster household. The scrubby congregation had to work the lowest of jobs and to live in poor conditions. Being foreigners and having spent most of their money in attempts to get to the Dutch Republic. After 9 months, the group chose to relocate to the smaller city Leiden. Separatism. William began to secretly meet with other separatists at William Brewster's house. In 67, the Cross of England had many of the separatists arrested. Some of them were sent to prison while others, like William Bradford, were fined. From that point on, supposed separatists were watched all the time and were constantly in fear of being arrested. The separatists decided to move to the Netherlands where they could worship freely. Next, analyze William Bradford's work of Plymouth Plantation 16 and 20 to 16 and 47. Description. William Bradford's of Plymouth Plantation is remarkable work by a man who himself was something of a marvel. It remains one of the most readable 17th century, attractive to use as much for its artfulness as for its high seriousness. The work of American books with good intelligence and wit. Next, when did William Bradford write of Plymouth Plantation? Okay, around 16 and 30, he began to compile his 2 volumes of Plymouth Plantation, one of the most important early chronicles of the settlement of New England. Next, who is the narrator in Of Plymouth Plantation? Of Plymouth, significant document because it provides an eyewitness account of the events that plantation took place and the colony's reactions. Plain, simplistic, and straightforward, Bradford is considered to be a yet vivid, trustworthy narrator. Then, what was the purpose and audience for Of Plymouth Plantation? The audience is anyone that reads the books. He wrote this story to inform the readers of the hardship that the settlers went through in order to reach the new land, but they pushed through and stayed strong. Why did William Bradford write of Plymouth Plantation? Ah, William Bradford wrote of Plymouth Plantation because the Puritan era was already on the wane in 1630. When he began writing of Plymouth Plantation, Bradford wanted to make sure that neither the history of the journey on the Mayflower in 1620 nor the early years of the Massachusetts Bay Colony were forgotten by future generations. Next, what is the town of Plymouth Plantation? Ah, William Bradford's town throughout the story is a tone of faithfulness. It is known from his repeated reference and of how he speaks about the sailor's need in good to survive the voyage. Next is the reference link that I got from Google, as seen in the PPT images above. You can see. Well, I think that's enough for me. If there is a word mistake, please forgive. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.